hold that? Oh, not in the way though. Yeah. Sorry, Jim. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the CHI Center here in Omaha. Sorry for the delay. The Lights have gotten off to a 3-1 start. Playing the Capital 17 Navy Club in this quarterfinal matchup. Mike Spoladoro here with Jim Welbrook on Spally Brock Sports Network.
All right, early action here in the first set, 3-1 Lights. Getting ourselves set up here in court 22. And that's a point for a team from Madison, Wisconsin. As Mike mentioned, we're back at the CHA Center. We played all of our matches here this year. No running around to other facilities, which has really been nice. Poked over by Emma Fredheim, and they're calling that out.
Boy, that was a tough call, Jim. A little bit surprised that the up ref did not overrule that. That looked to be clearly on the line from my vantage point.
I thought so too. All right, a little bit of confusion on the Madison
and
side.
And that's
here.
4.
All right, good. Getting off to a good early start here. These teams kind of feeling each other out and getting familiar with where things are going to come. So got Laura Welbrock at the line here, getting ready to put the ball in play. Sends it over, right-hander. Covered on the Wisconsin side, sent straight down there.
Nice shot out of that middle attack. We've talked over and over and over again, Jim, about establishing that middle attack in an effort to open up the outsides.
Yeah, I liked your comparison to establishing the run game to open up the pass in football. Lexi Petrick, big swing from that left pin, brought back by Capital. Laura Welbrock sends it up. Audrey, right side. Big swing there from Laney, but they get it back. Right pin, that's out.
I think we had a touch there.
Calling a touch on that.
Audrey tried to get her hands back at the last second. Unfortunately, definitely had a fingertip touch there.
And the ball has left us briefly. Bringing it back here. Laura spins it over to the other side. Serve put in play by Capital. In the middle, in the Fredheim. Covered. Big swing. That's going to be way long. Mike, I feel like this is a team I've seen before. A couple of familiar players on the other side that stand out to me. From last year's play. Emma's at the line here, sends it over. Covered. Middle, swung over, that's long.
Yeah, Jim, as we talked about earlier this morning, there is no paved trail to the championship. Every match is going to be a grueling, tough match. The Lights team definitely spent quite a bit of energy in that first match. I like how they're coming out here in the second, though. They seem ready to go.
Yes. Laney, Kinsey in the middle. keeps Emma at the line here. Right-hander sends it over. They let that go, and it's just long.
Yeah, that one was looking good off the hand. Just sailed a little bit, unfortunately, on Emma. And they did not get sucked into playing that ball.
Capital ready to put it in play here. Swings it over. Lexi, right side. Laney swings it over. Comes the Capital attack. Off the block, falls in. Some back and forth here early on. 7-7, our early score. That is long. Service error for Capital. We'll take those when we can get them, Mike.
Yes, we will. Important aspect of the game is error-free volleyball. Service errors can be very impactful to a team's score and morale.
Brings Jordan Brownlee to the line. The left-hander sends it over. Covered on the Capital side. Oh, finds that perfect spot in the middle. Some of this is just a matter of kind of figuring out what I feel like their attack is going to be and where are we vulnerable early on and make some adjustments to that.
Yeah, I think that's right, Tim. We saw in the first match this morning we were vulnerable to the tips. I don't think this team was scouting us, but they're doing some damage there as well.
Fantastic placement there by Cronin down that left line. It's going to bring Ella Masso to the line. Ball ran off the court here. She's getting set up. Prefers to serve from the far left corner. Puts a good one over. A little bit of trouble handling that. They're going to end up popping this over. Oh, KJ, nice recovery there. Laura, big swing, left pin. Covered, popped over. Audrey. Kinsey again back to the middle. Cools the block.
That's a Crocodile crush. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 2-for-1 special on every Crocodile crush for Northern Lights today.
Well, we get an early timeout here from the Capital squad. We were able to visit with Dan out in the beginning here, and we'd just like to have a quick shout out to one of our main sponsors here, and that is the Easy Reels volleyball app. Remember, that's what allows us to be on the air here. Brings you the scores, brings you the coaches' cuts. Laura rushing back up to the front here. We're getting going. Ella Masso sends the ball over. Capital's going to punch this one over. Audrey, back set. Big swing from Brownlee. Pop back over on the blocks and back and forth here in the front row. Capital takes their time, sets up their offense. The block is there. No call for 4. It was hard to tell what we were going to get there. Audrey, big left side. Laura pops it over, but it's just outside.
Yeah, Nate, Coach Lairs there is not going to be happy with the coach catching that ball. We saw this in the January thaw where he actually had a discussion with the officials on that.
Yep. All right. Serve cross court comes over. Audrey, the pass set. Laura swings again.
Nice line
Opening
shot.
this time and a good one there.
That's a beautiful line shot by Laura there.
That brings KJ to the line. They're going to have trouble getting this one on the Capital side. 12-9 early going.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
And that's another.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
Boy, the numbers are racking up here early for Dan Stein, the owner and operator of our lead sponsor. Laura, big swing, gets through the block.
That's just pure power right there. Willed that one through the block.
That keeps KJ at the line. Good run here for Lights. 14-9 against this Capital squad, a group from Madison, Wisconsin. They send it down. Whoa, right into the broadcast position here. Looks like all the equipment's all right.
Save the camera. Sorry for the jolt.
Yeah, that keeps our viewers awake. Hopefully we got a bunch of you joining us this morning and enjoying the broadcast here from Omaha. A little bit of confusion there, but Brownlee sends it over. That middle attack, touched on the block, reset. Audrey sends it over, and it finds the floor.
Here, we're coming to you from court 22 today. Another quick timeout.
Wow, that's the end of the timeouts for the Capital squad. They normally save one of those for late in the set when things are tight. They must feel that they need to get back in now. 16-9.
This is going to be very difficult to see, but over right adjacent on court 23 is the 17 black team. Just as some context for you here, the winner of court 22 will play the winner of court 23 in the semifinal match. So we'll try to keep an eye on that match for you as well.
Capital pushes it over. Audrey. Laura swings. Finds the opening there off that block again.
Really like how the Lights team has come out today or in this match, Jim. You know, we talked to a few of the players after the last match. That was a grueling three-setter 17-15 victory, and there were some tired, long faces. But I don't see much of that at all on the court right now.
Well, we're doing good here. And that is another.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
Thank you, Dan. I think you're going to be getting your checkbook out. It's a big number that you're going to rack up here in Omaha. And it's another Diane Stein Alligator ace.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
And goodness sakes.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
Thank you, Dan Stein. What a run here. Audrey pushes that over to the left side and finds open court.
Oh, Jim, this is just complete domination right now. The Lights team is really playing strong, has the Capitals on their heels.
Just rolling here. Big serve, another Dan Stein. Alligator ace.
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
Wow, what a run here by Klimbarski. Pushed over. Capital trying to get their feet back under him here. That isn't going to do it either.
Yeah, let's remember, Jim, it is a big wide margin, but we need to keep our foot on that pedal to continue to finish this one strong.
Yes.
We don't want any momentum or any sign of hope for the Capitals team.
23-9. Swing, that's long. We're to set point here. We'll be attempting to move again. And there are a lot of people around this court. It is going to be a bit of a chore to get moved over, but we will do our best here. Block just outside there. Substitution over on the Capital side.
Maybe we can check in with court 9 on our commute over to the other side.
Oh, sounds good. Slapped over. Capital back set, right pin. That's it, folks.
Going to try to put the call in, Jim, as we walk, or no?
Let's get over there and do it there.
We're going to go right out here on the court.
All right. We're taking our liberties here. We're heading over.
Let's go.
We'll be again on the net side of the court, or the hanging net. So we'll be a little bit cramped. We'll do the best we can to give you a quality broadcast that we know you expect. Our sponsor, Dan Stein, would have none other than the best of broadcast operations.
All right, we're going to get set up here, and we're going to go over to court 9 and see if we can get an update over there.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. We're looking for an update from Court 9.
Yes, we're at Court 10 for this match, and
Okay.
the current score is tied at 6-6. So
6-6.
both teams, kind of feeling each other out. Hadley Berger just had the sweet kill from Mason Spoladuro had the set, and now we're up 7-6.
Okay, sounds good. Here we had a complete domination of Northern Lights in the first set. I believe it was 25-9. So very fast set. We're over in just moments here. 25-10. I would be corrected here on the score. So really good start here for the 17 red team.
We had an outstanding run by KJ Klombarski at the serving line. She had 3 aces in a row, I think, Jim.
She was racking up money for Dan Stein left and right.
Yes, she was.
Love to hear that. That's awesome. Well, we're hoping that the 17 red team may repeat that performance in set 2, and hoping that we can get the network down here to Court 10 maybe to wrap up this match. We've got some grandparents who are certainly hoping to hear to see the live stream down here. Just putting in a good word for them.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for the update. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
A 2.
All right, folks, we're getting ourselves situated here for the second set. Trying to get an idea of what the score might be. Well, they're just getting started, I think.
They must be getting started on set 2.
Set 2. All right.
They did switch sides. So we'll see if we can't get an update on Court 23.
All right, play's getting underway here in set 2, and that's a point right away for Northern Lights.
It's a good way to start, Jim. Pick up where we left off. Brings Audrey Spoladuro to the service line.
Right-hander's going to set it over. Covered on the Capital side, but they're out of system there. They're going to send that back over. Audrey, right. Laney punches it over.
Nice play by Laney there. Had an isolation block to work with. She perfectly worked it off the left hand of the blocker for the point.
It keeps Audrey at the line. Coach Lors indicates where to put that serve. She does that. Swung over, and that's long. Audrey continues. Good serve over. In system on the other side, but they have a connection problem there with the setter on the left pin. Audrey continues to serve here, sends that one a little bit short, and they're going to have trouble with this too. They're going to pop it over, but the block is there, and that's sent off towards Court 23. Good early lead here, the Capital team. Absolutely reeling here.
Early timeout for the Capital team, and we will mention that we had mentioned the 17 black team had finished their first set. Unfortunately, we have learned that was a loss for the Northern Lights team. They are up early in the second set 4-1, but they're going to need to battle a 3-setter to get to the semis.
Well, we wish them the best of luck. It would bring a great matchup if we can maintain here, and we'll see how that goes. Audrey continues at the line, sends that one into the far right corner. Attack comes back and that one is in for the Capital squad from Madison, Wisconsin.
So, Jim, we got to our 4-point cushion right away in this match. Be good for the team to maintain that throughout.
Yeah,
just continue to break the will of that Capitals team.
Absolutely. That one is sent into the net.
And that helps.
That builds on our lead. 6-1. A lot of Cornhusker red around Omaha today, as you'd expect. Lincoln just 50 miles down the road to the Devaney Center. Big towering set to the right side. The right pin had to flip it over. Light sends their ball back over, reset on the Capital side, and that was more in system and a big swing from their right pin there.
Yeah, 21's a big, tall player, and she really brought the hammer on that one. Jim, I would say the Lights team is doing a good job on their serves, keeping the Capitals out of system.
Yes. You get Lexi Petrick here, and the block is on for Capital.
Okay, we're going to have to work around number 21 there. Big, tall, strong player.
Good serve here, but covered by Petrick. That block is there again. Yes, you're right. 21 is an imposing presence there on the front row. KJ, good dig there. Recovered, going to get free balled over. Pretty strong free ball there. It's going to set up the offense for the Capitals, and the block is there. They recover. Free ball that over. Audrey, right side, Laney, cross court, covered by the Capitals. They'll swing this back. Touched on the block, but through. Covered. Lexi again. That's a point for the Capitals. That one did not clear the net. We get the forecall from our up official.
And look at that, right back to a 6-5 margin for your Lights team.
Good recovery by the Capitals. Petrick running into that block. They've got our number at the moment, Mike.
They sure do. We do not have an answer for number 21.
Talk about rotations and trying to get through a rotation as quick as you can, but boy, they've got all the momentum right at the moment. And that's enough for Coach Lors, and we call the timeout. I want to send a shout out to the Hohensteins. That's Laura's grandparents down in Little Gasparilla Island, down on the Gulf Coast in Florida. I think they're tuning in this morning and enjoying the live stream. Give a shout out to you. Hopefully it's nice and warm down there in Florida, and you're enjoying the matches that have been taking place here the last few days in the great city of Omaha, Nebraska.
Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. The girls recognize that they have support around the country, and it's nice to have folks tuned in.
Big swing there. Block sends it back, but outside to the right.
I was curious there, Jim. I am not convinced that ball actually made it over the net, so we may have gotten a break there. A very tough angle to see.
Yes, and on the opposite end from the up ref was to make that call. Off the tape here for Emma. This one again set far to the outside. They pop it back over. Cronin from that middle. It's going to be important to get that set up, Mike, and widen our options a little bit.
It is, and you saw Kinsey go up there, feel the heavy block from the left, and just went and put the ball in play to the right. Not a devastatingly hard shot, but she found the open floor, which is more important.
Emma continues from the line. Oh, tough spot there.
Yep, off the block, took something off of that and just dropped it in the middle of the court there. Got some fan support from Ms. Brownlee.
Yeah, we've got our club director also watching from the far left over here, kind of keeping track of both matches.
Yeah, he's a very busy man. He does run this tournament, and so he is responsible for all operations. The convention center is at capacity. There are 40 courts in this building, and it is packed wall to wall, all four walls, courts right up to them. So this is a very busy time for him.
Big swing from the Capitals. Sent back though, covered by Klimbarski. Back and forth we go. Audrey, back to Cronin. Off, tools the block there.
Yeah, we attempted to get a word from Kurt Gleesman last evening, but he was frantically running, trying to keep courts on schedule, and
see, he's got a little earpiece in here so that he can be in communication with all the other tournament officials here. I'm sure it's a big job to keep everything in order here in a packed facility. Capitals swing it over, touched on the block. Klimbarski, Audrey, Petrick pops it over. And
Good
a little bit
cover.
of trouble. They cover it back. 3 balls over. Wellbrock. Audrey, right side. Cronin on the slide. Capitals are covering a
That's
little
trouble.
better. And they swing that over. Really tough angle there. Cronin again. That one is tooled and out of here. That brings up Coach Lors to offer some encouragement. Just a few more directions and adjustments. 11-8. Oh, right on the top of the tape. And again, the nets hopefully are wound tight enough. That one comes back at us.
I see that Kurt has that earpiece in. I wonder if he's almost listening to us, Jim.
It's possible if there's any RF leakage out of our engineered position here, it could be that we're being listened to. So we'll keep our comments on the up and up. Capitals fail to get that one back across.
As we always do, Jim.
I think we run a pretty clean broadcast here, folks. We're good for parents, kids, families, even the opposition. We respect them and make every effort to keep this fun. Capitals send it over. Audrey right back to Cronin. Off the block, they recover. And a little bit of miscommunication on the other side there. There's another point for your Northern Lights. 13-9 here in set number 2. Brings Ella Masso to the line. She'll send it over. There's a joust at the net, and that is won by Northern Lights.
Interesting little side note to watch on Ella here in discussions with her folks last evening. We learned that Ella is a former dancer, and there have been some pictures of her playing the volleyball with legs extended. Her body control and flexibility is extreme, so something fun to keep an eye on.
Audrey over to Laura. Covered on the Capital side. They swing that over. Cronin again, tools a block again. Mike, that play is working really good right now.
It sure is. Kinsey has just been a force for us this season, and just a smart player. We talked to her after a match at the Thaw in late January, and she talked about the vision. She has extremely good vision, understands where that block is, where the open floor is, and really has a large tool bag of tools to earn points. So smart, powerful player.
Ella Masso stays at the line, punches this one over, and that is...
And that's an Alligator ace. Remember, Stein Alligator and Crocodile Removal Services is offering 10% off for every Northern Lights ace today.
Thank you, Dan Stein. I tell you, you have a lot of work to do when you get home. You're going to be a lot of people cashing in those coupons to remove varmints. We're getting into, well, being down here makes you think a little bit about spring. Can't be too far away. And we're excited.
We got a wall of fans over there.
We got all
proudly
the fans
supporting
lined
the
up.
Lights team.
Everybody excited with the results so far. Quick timeout. Feel like the players are back on the floor here.
Most of them. Wellbrook and Spoladoro coming late to the game.
A couple of late run-ons. Getting a play called. Ella Masso stays at the line. Sends another laser beam over. This is swung on. No touch called here, so that is another point for 17 Red, 18-9. Building a commanding lead here in set number 2. Whoa, and there
You talk
you've got
about
equipment on the ground.
plays being called, Jim. It's if you keep a subtle eye out. If you keep a subtle eye out, you can see Audrey Spoladoro flashing signs to her hitters. So she uses her hands to indicate to her hitters where she's going to put the set and what kind of plays that she wants to run.
Good hit there from Wellbrook down the line.
Excellent shot.
Keeps things moving here for Lights.
She pulls her shirt forward so the other team can't see it and then flashes a sign. It's a complex sport, Jim.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on. If you're not familiar with the sport, there's many subtleties to it that can be picked up on. Big block tool there for the Capital squad.
Yeah, Audrey's got a bit of a grin on her face. She knows she had that one. That hitter was outside the pin, meaning she didn't have a lot of place to go with it. Audrey just didn't quite get the block in the right spot. She knew it, and she'll correct it.
Wellbrook swings it over the block, and they managed to get this up on the Capital side.
I'm not convinced, Jim. I'm not
I
convinced.
think there's very few of those that don't hit the floor. Well, it doesn't
That one
matter.
hit the floor.
That one's on. So, another point for your Northern Lights, 20-11.
I'll try to give you a quick glimpse of the brains of the operation here if we get a break.
Well, the Capitals swing that one out. And we're just going to swing over here and take a quick look at some of our Lights folks here gathered watching two matches at the same time that are going on. We have the black 17 black team playing, and of course your Reds right here. Ball comes over, Klimbarski on the pass. Laura, big swing off the block, covered on the Capital side. Back to the right pin to that number 21, but she just has to flip this over. Oh, Emma Fredheim with the redirect there.
Well done, Emma. Well done. Smart play. Got up there high. Saw the wide open court and just nice gentle tip right into the corner.
22-11, doubling the Capitals here. Here's 21 right on the block. It goes right back into her head. Feel bad for her there, but that's a good point for Northern Lights.
Boy, this has been a strong showing by the 17 Red Club.
Audrey sends this one over. Here come the Capitals. A team that looks like they've been defeated here. They just don't have, well, there's a block for them. Maybe they'll get a little.
They're not giving up.
Going 23-12.
Quick glance over to the court 23 here. The 17 black team is leading 19-16 in that second set. Reminder, they dropped that first set. Well, there's a complex play. Oh, I was hoping that was going to work. Oh, we got a touch.
We are getting
it
a
did
touch.
Work.
Nice.
Boy, I really
play,
like that one. That was a late call, quick play. Audrey sets the slide over to Emma, and she puts it down the line off the block. We got Laura Wellbrook on the hook here, Jim. Does that make you nervous at all?
Nope. I have all confidence in the world. It's in. Capitals are going to swing it back. Laura the pass. Audrey. Quick set the middle. And
right
wow, right between those uprights, and that's another Northern Lights victory here in set number 2. And match number 2 of the day. They make quick work of the team from Madison. If only the Gopher Badger games all went that easy.
You know, Jim, we needed that. It was, you know, that long first match really took it out of the Lights team, so it was important to get a quick victory here in set number 2, or in match number 2.
Now our attentions will turn over to court 23 here. It's going to be interesting to see how the battle between those two teams. Remember, we've got 17 black taking on a team. I'm not sure where they're from, but I think it's a pretty tight match over here. And boy, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It looks 21-17 right now. It looks like if things continue here, 22 now, that we will get a victory for the black team in set number 2. That will force a third set on that.
We're going to briefly head off the air here. Again, if you keep your browser up and running, we should just pop right up when we get back.
All right, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Took me a minute to get going here. Well, things are done here. The Capital squad has been defeated by 17 Red with a fairly easy match, 25-12 in the second set. How are things going over there?
They're going well. The first set, 14-1, 25-12 as well, same score. And in set 2, we are up 6-2.
Okay, good.
So it's good. The 17 Red team, I think, could take care of business somewhat quickly. They got a little bit of a bigger rest, hopefully, now to get them ready for their next match.
Yep, that's kind of the hope, as we get a little extra time here to recover. And now we're watching 17 Black. They are mired down in a battle here. Looks like they're going to win the second set, but it will send us to a third set as the other team won the first set. So we'll see how that comes out.
Well, they're scrambling.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
23-20.
Yep. All right.
Okay, thanks.
All right, some bonus coverage here. I got to figure out. This looks. We got to figure out what team they're playing here.
So as a reminder, if you missed it earlier, the 17 red team with the victory over the Capitals goes on to face the winner of the team that we are watching right here. So this is the 17 black squad. It's fun from Northern Lights squad. Many of the players know each other and teams above and below. So this is a fun time for these players. (23-20), 17 black.
Sent
Balls
over,
in play.
handled by Delaney. Pushed over by Chessa Devine. That's a point for Northern Lights. I'll try to get all the names for you here. There's one or two that I don't know, and we'll work on those as we go. Most of these girls have been on we've been on the same teams at one point. I know that. All right, back and forth here. Pushed over. Driven into the far corner, saved by Delaney. Sent back over. Back and forth here, wow. Big swing there.
Boy, that was a big up. That's into the
Oh,
rafters.
wow, that went way up into the lights. Didn't hit anything, I don't think. Mike came through clean, but man, we lost it up there.
I don't know how it
dark ceiling
missed
here.
the duct work, the framing, the lights.
I have no idea.
That was impressive.
That was Justine Bastier on that big hit.
This is like real stuff here. Are you guys going to go pro here?
And we're being joined here by Coach Jeff Hogue.
God.
Quick comments on the match and how have things been going for your team, and yeah.
Well, 16 Blacks has been doing really well. We're 7-0 so far, so we're heading into the quarterfinals now. And we play against our 17 White team in the semis.
Oh, okay, well that's
a little bit of a rivalry there.
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, so now I got to leave to go over and find them because now hopefully Kaya can pull this team out and get this win. So join you guys in the semis with you guys.
Yep, so that's kind of what we're looking forward to. So thanks for joining us and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, we've got a timeout here. We're kind of working through a longer timeout, I feel like, but some of these have been kind of quick, and this one is going on a little bit longer. So, taking on a team from Texas, Absolute. Looks like they're from San Antonio. You can just read that in the fine print there on the front of their jerseys. So, all right. Well, the reason for the longer timeout was that was the end of the set. That took me a minute to get that figured out. So we are into the third set here, and I think we're going to keep our broadcast position kind of right where we're at here. I know it's a little bit difficult to see over to the other side, but they will switch at the halfway point in this set, so probably a good spot here to observe from.